Hello there, my name's Rodney, and I am starting my spring projects. I'm calling this my Back to Eden Garden Summer because this is the year that I'm going to try the Back to Eden Garden system. How you doing today? You know, I don't really like videos where they don't really show the person doing it and they just talk over the whole thing, which is fine. I'll probably be doing a lot of that, but you should at least see my face. How's it going there? Anyway, what I'm doing is Back to Eden Garden. If you don't know what that is, go on to Google and type in Back to Eden or Back to Eden Garden. Usually the first or second thing that comes up will take you to a site where you can watch the video. It's kind of long, an hour and 40 minutes. Narrated by a guy named Paul Gauchi. He lives in Washington, kind of in the Upper Peninsula there. And Washington State, that is, not Washington, D.C. And he's got this method, and I'm not going to sit here and describe the whole thing and waste video. Just go and watch the video, or if you're not that curious, just watch what I do this year, and we'll see how it goes. First, I'm going to start off, I always like to, what good is after without a before, so I'm just going to go through and kind of show you what things look like now, and as I progress, we'll move on to how things are going. And this is March 1st, 2013. It is, hopefully spring coming on. It's probably about 35, 38 degrees outside right now. As you can see, I still have lots of snow on the ground. This is my front yard. It's been primarily grass. Got a couple Alberta spruce bush trees right here. Big old pine tree. And when I say pine, that really is a pine. A lot of people call spruce and other stuff pine, but that is a pine tree there. Black pine. Underneath the pine tree is a lot of creeping myrtle and a lot of other ground covered there. I don't really do a whole lot with that. I just, past the initial planting that someone else had done years and years ago, I let it just kind of do its own thing. And the more I've messed with it, the worse it's gotten, so I just let it go, because when I try to rake out pine needles and stuff like that, more weeds come in. So, I've kind of had a little introduction of Virginia creeper in there. I don't know if it'll be too dark for you to see it up under the tree there. I got this big wild rose bush right here that I tried to rip out years ago, but it came back, so I decided that it wants to be there, so I'm going to let it be there. Doesn't have those big, beautiful, huge blooms that a lot of roses do, but it is still real pretty a lot of the year. I'm not going to do a whole lot with the front yard this year. I might put in a few Back to Eden patches to grow some vegetables. This is my side yard along the side of my house. Lots of snow. Doesn't get a lot of melt on this side this time of year. I have a big old branch that came off my willow tree over the winter. I'll be cutting that up and getting rid of it as soon as I can get back in over here. Most of that side yard is going to be Back to Eden garden space. It's been wasted in years past, just sitting there. I'm going to put in the mulch, tree bark mulch and stuff like that for Back to Eden. Get the soil good and soft and producing again, and then I'll have space to use in a year or two. I might even plant a few things this year with some compost and stuff like that underneath the mulch. Out front here I have these big Pfister bushes. I don't like those. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I might tear them out. Same with those Alberta spruce. little garden box there around my mailbox. I've planted all kinds of stuff in there. I usually like to put a tomato plant for people walking by that want tomatoes, or the mailman or whatever, but I do have some perennials in there. Some Russian sage, which is really pretty. I have a clematis that I'm hoping will do really good this year, probably take over, probably won't even have the room for tomatoes. And there's some purple salvia in there, which is also really pretty. Doesn't look like much now, but when it starts warming up here, these things will just take off. Over on my side yard here, and this is going to be primarily a focus of my work today. We do have a car parked over there that's not doing so well right now. I'm going to remove all this snow, probably put it in the front yard, because I want to use this space for, I'm going to have a bunch of bark mulch, brought in by tree services and stuff, and this will be a good spot for them to drop it. Again, that's part of the Back to Eden series there, and you'll see what I'm doing with all that bark and mulch. This is my side yard. This is kind of my tomato heaven right there. It's my primary production for tomatoes over the summer. I don't want to dig out that gate right now, so I'll walk around back and show you what I got going there. This is my winter garage. It is not pretty. We store a lot of stuff in here over the winter, and I've got a bunch of cardboard piled over here, primarily for the Back to Eden, that I'm going to use, as basically weed barrier and grass killer, all in one. And it's kind of a tinkering man's garage, so I do have a lot of stuff in here, because I do a lot of tinkering and a lot of stuff. Got my table saw right here with some hops that I pulled off last year off my hop vines. Cascade hops there. 2 or 3 bags of that. I've got my herb drying rack over here. Probably will just turn it sideways there. I don't know what the thing there. I've got some hops in there, some peppers on top. Whole bunch of stuff that I harvested last year. Some thyme, some stevia, that sweet leaf thing. I've got some whole bunch of sage in there, whole bunch of oregano, stuff we've just been using all winter. This is my scrap pile that I need to go through. It's from a couple projects last year. Have a air compressor there with a stable gun. This is my scrap wood over in the corner there. Got my miter saw, 10-inch sliding miter saw there. A couple peppers that I just pulled out of my greenhouse that I'm gonna pull open. These are from last year, so they were just sitting there. Use these for some seed. This is Big Jim, kind of a type of variety similar to Anaheim, which is a New Mexican green chili, which is my favorite green chili. These are some Anaheims. Pull those off. Up in the top there I've got some ghost peppers, which I haven't even tried yet, but I'll probably cut one of those open for seed and plant some more of those. Supposedly the hottest pepper in the world. Couple old beer kegs down there that I'm going to use for projects in the future. Such and such. There's my pile of cardboard for